Welcome to Our Generation with Melissa Shaw, where we educate, empower, and inspire. And I'm excited about another episode, but this is an extra special episode. So I have partnered with Martindale to interview those ones that are in their. Is it a cohort that they have?
It's a cohort.
And it's how many weeks?
Oh my goodness, we started, I believe, in February.
I think that's one else. Yeah, February.
Yeah,
Okay.
So we've been in for a long 8 weeks.
8 weeks. Isn't that crazy when you say 8 weeks, but February seems so far away, but 8 weeks seems like nothing?
It's probably more than 8 weeks.
Okay.
We started in February.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's a nice cohort. I enjoyed it. I loved everything about it. It helped me definitely on the knowledge and information that I received from the cohort is definitely going to help me grow my business.
I love that because, there's a lot of different cohorts around the city. And, sometimes it can be mixed emotions about how well they are. But I feel like there's definitely a need for it. So I'm excited to be partnering with them and giving a platform so one can see, what the benefit is of being part of a cohort.
Yep.
So just tell everybody your name and kind of your background and your business.
My name is Alicia. I am Gifted Hands Cleaning Services LLC is my business. My background is completely different than what my business is. So my background came in case management and then the food service. So that's kind of a mixture of my background. I got a pretty good skill sets from my background. College educated, bachelor's degree in communication from University of Indianapolis, and I've got 2 kiddos. So those are my heartbeats.
What are the ages?
So I have a 14-year-old and I have an 8-year-old.
Okay.
So
are they both girls or boys and girls?
Pretty fair gap in there. I have my 14-year-old is my son and my 8-year-old is my girl.
Okay. So what made you, one, go different from what your experience is, and just to even create your business and become an entrepreneur?
I think what made me become an entrepreneur was just the side hustle at first. I was just like, hey, with income, everything increasing, my income that I have now isn't cutting it, so I need to do something that's gonna be quick and easy side hustle to bring in some extra money.
Mm-hmm.
And I can only think of one thing, which was cleaning. My grandmother used to do it. I've watched her do it. She was a domestic housekeeper for people in our city back in my hometown. So I was like, hey, our grandma taught me how to clean pretty well, so I'm just going to try it. And then really it just started off as a side hustle. And then I was encouraged by a group of my workout friends who they was like, girl, you should just go ahead and clean this gym because, and they were mostly talking about the bathroom. And I can understand that. So I took a chance and asked the gym owner if I could go ahead and clean his front half of his building, and he obliged, and I literally have been with him for about 2 years now.
Nice. So, you just enjoy cleaning?
I do. It's fun. It's relaxing for me. A lot of people are like, oh my God, you like cleaning?
I know.
How can you clean? It's very relaxing for me.
It is. I'm like that too. Like I'll literally be at midnight, and my daughter will be like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
I don't know something, or if I have things on my mind, I'll clean or wash dishes. Yeah, so I definitely get that.
But yeah, so it's like a little passion of mine. So I definitely love the cleaning part of it. Like I said, it's relaxing and it's something that I'm good at. I mean, I've actually taken time to do the research and things and see how profitable cleaning businesses are, but it's not really the profit for me, it's the service. One of the things that I was always told when I was growing up was find your God-given gift. And my gift is serving others. In whatever capacity that I'm in, I do my best to make sure I go above and beyond to serve someone, because it just brings me a lot of joy to know that I helped someone in a position that they were in to strive for better.
Yeah.
And so just service for me, just serving others definitely brings me joy. So even if I didn't make any money or didn't turn it into a profit business, I think I would still be out here just like, hey, you want me to clean? You want me to organize? You need help?
Yeah.
I'm there for you.
Yeah.
Because it's just something that I like to do. So service for others is my God-given gift.
Nice.
So I just love serving people.
Gifted hands.
Gifted hands.
Hence the name. I love that. Do you like cleaning your house as much as you do other people?
Absolutely not.
Isn't that funny? Like, why is that?
I don't know. It's something about cleaning your own house versus someone else's.
Yes.
And you're just like, oh, wait, I didn't know I was, because you kind of make yourself like, oh my God, am I hoarding stuff?
Right.
Am I keeping stuff? And then you go out and your other people are in the same situation and it's like, help me get rid of this. And I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Tell me what you don't want.
Right.
And then we'll go through it and we'll figure it out. Or tell me how you imagine coming when you walk into your home. What do you want to see when you look into your home as far as cleanliness goes?
I
So
love
you
that.
want to be able to see your ceiling fan dusted and cleaned off and shining bright.
Right.
Your chandelier. That's one of the things my grandmother made us do. Is even when we went off to college, my grandma was like, "Girl, when you come home, can you clean my chandelier? Because it's dull. It's not
Yeah.
looking as bright as."
I
So we
love
would
that.
literally, me and my sister would come home from college
Wow.
and we would clean her chandelier. So
Wow.
but I do not like cleaning my own house. That's what I got my two kiddos for. I had to like every Saturday morning, like we were when we were kids. It was cleaning. You put on the old school music.
Yeah.
Grandma woke you up, and you
Yeah.
got to clean and before you did any type of fun activities on that Saturday.
Yeah, isn't that funny that my daughter, she would go and like help my niece clean, and I'm thinking, why aren't you giving her no back talk like you be giving me?
Right. Why you go over somebody else's house and clean?
Right.
You
I
don't even clean
know.
over here.
Exactly. It's crazy. So what is your specialties? I know you talked about organizing,
Mhm.
but is there anything specific that makes you stand out versus your competition?
Yes, most definitely. So the services that Gifted Hands offers is commercial and residential, and we are starting to tap into the niche of organization, and organizing things, and things of that nature. But my special niche that makes me different from everybody else is the clean sweep method. So basically, a lot of people go into a room and they'll just start cleaning, but there's a method to cleaning. So my grandmother always taught me that when you clean, you go inside the room and you start from top to bottom. That way you're not working harder, you're working smarter.
Yeah.
So that way, as you clean from the top, you get all the dust, all the cobwebs down. You let it fall down to those surfaces and you clean those surfaces. And you always want to go and start from the inside out, pulling all of that dust out, all of the trash out, making sure everything shines from within. Then as you're working your way out, it's just a lot easier to get that room done. And it just shows that you are consistent and it gives you a lot of quality work when you're cleaning in that room. So that's the system that we have come up with for Gifted Hands cleaning services, and that definitely makes us different from everybody else because we want to go in and we want to use that clean sweep system, and we definitely want to go top to bottom, in and out.
I love that. Do you do deep cleanings too?
Yeah, we offer deep cleanings. We offer standard like customizable packages, and if you're just looking for a particular standard clean, depending on how many rooms or bathrooms that you have, we have prices for those too.
Yeah, because the reason why I was asking you earlier, have you got on any clients? Because I was gonna be like, so
no, I haven't picked up any more new clients yet. But the goal is to do that. So,
Yeah.
but definitely for me, I think right now for me and growing my business is basically making sure I understand my business and getting my method together and making sure that I have all of those foundational building blocks together for my business. Because I know a lot of times as minorities, we don't go in, we just go in and do stuff and we don't have that foundation or that building block. And that's something that we end up losing our business because we don't have that knowledge. So I want to make sure that my business, I want to make sure it's sustainable.
Yeah,
so I
and
want to do everything that I can do to make it sustainable.
I love that. I commend you on that. And even a lot of businesses, though, it's easy to get caught in the doing it because that's what your passion is.
Yep.
But then you're like, oh snap! I didn't have this foundation. I didn't have this, and then
I didn't have
now
the
you got to go back.
didn't file the taxes. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. So
Yeah.
now, but yeah, having those definite stronghold foundation blocks for me is very important. Because once I have those foundation blocks, I'm able to grow and able to hire people.
Yeah.
So that's a goal of mine too, is to make sure that I'm hiring individuals who, either need a second job or a job to start out, and young people too. First job in high school, college or whatnot. Hey, get some extra money in, because I know when I was in college, I was working 2 student work programs. So I was like, look, I ain't trying to go out with all these loans.
Right.
My mom was like, I ain't sending you no money. You grown now.
Yeah. Absolutely. So do you have any employees, or are you still one
Right now, I
woman
don't
show?
have any employees, so I'm just a one-woman show right now, which is fine with me.
Yeah.
But as I'm growing, as I'm learning, I'm definitely learning those values and things of that to make sure I put those in place. And asking the right questions, working with different HR staff and people that I know in the community to, how do I hire somebody?
Yeah.
What does that look like? What does payroll look like?
Very good.
What's the best, is QuickBooks best? Is
Right.
another service best?
Yeah.
Is having CPA best? Just the general knowledge that I've gotten from the Martin Day cohort is amazing.
Yeah, I was gonna lead into that. So what were some of the things that you were introduced to?
So some of the things that I were introduced to was like, you don't think about it. You budget for your personal life, but you don't. I never knew that you could budget for your business.
Yeah.
Like what does a business budget look
Right.
like? So again, putting together a business plan, a budget plan, making sure that you had bail, you have your banker, your accountant, your insurance, your legal team, all of that stuff. I'm like trying to bail somebody out. They was like, "No, girl, bail." I
When
was
you
like,
first said bail, I'm thinking, and then
"Bail."
I caught on what you was the
I'm
acronym.
like, who we bailing
Right,
out at
right,
first? Like, I ain't never heard of bail. Like, this is a bail bondsman right on
right,
downtown, but not that bail, but
right.
the business bill
Yeah.
was important. That was introduced to me. I was used to the traditional, long business plan, but I learned about the business model Canva. It's more
Mhm.
of a cut one that's kind of simplified
Mhm.
versus your long standard business plan. You should still have that too, but the
Mhm.
lean one, the business model Canva, could be something that could be used for be quick and easy to
Mhm.
give potential investors. Making sure that you don't commingle your money.
Ooh,
Since
that's a
it
big
started off
one.
as a side hustle for me,
Yeah.
I had to make sure, like, wait, what? I can't you? I gotta
Yeah.
pay myself too.
Yeah.
That's where the whole revelation came of being financially stable and
Yeah.
having that sustainability in my business to make sure. So I ended up opening up a business banking account during the cohort.
Congratulations.
I ended up connecting with different people in the insurance and learning what different insurance policies that I needed for my LLC.
Mhm.
I'm making sure that I was registered and up to date with
Mhm.
everything on the state level. Just tons of information. We had CPAs come in, talk to us about accounting, bookkeeping.
Mhm.
We had people come in, talk to us about how to file taxes, what's the
Mhm.
difference between an LLC and an S corp,
Yeah.
when you want to go from an LLC
Oh,
to an S corp.
yeah.
We had people come in and talk to us about marketing, how to
Yeah.
digital market. Everything is on the internet
Yeah.
now. You don't really just see too much with advertising as far as in paper form and things of that nature. So
Mhm.
just come in and it just gave me so much knowledge,
Mm.
and they taught me how to meet with myself. You may
Mm.
think it's weird, but
Mm.
since I'm a one woman show for right now, I have meetings. I have a marketing meeting with
I know that's
myself.
right. I said, you know what? I just fired myself the other week.
Right. You know how many times I
I am
fired
sick of
myself?
your
Or you
attitude.
know what? My favorite thing is I quit,
Right.
but I'll be back tomorrow.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, so the cohort is amazing. If anybody has the opportunity to join that cohort, any cohort in the city, take the opportunity, show
Mhm.
up to that information or orientation for that first class and figure out what it's all about, and then figure if it fits you and
Mhm.
what you're trying to do with your business and how you
Mhm.
want to grow. But it's definitely a great foundation for you to get started if you're looking to gain that knowledge in the entrepreneurship world.
Yeah, I love that. What was the biggest takeaway that you got from it?
The biggest takeaway for me is don't give up.
Mm.
I was coming to class like, oh Lord,
Mm.
the IRS gonna get me. I'm commingling my money. Don't tell
Yeah.
nobody.
Right. No, for real. Yeah.
And just because of where I was at, I could go back. You
Mm.
can fix it. But
Mhm.
don't give up.
Mhm.
Because I just started, again, it was a side hustle. Now I'm turning into
Mhm.
a for-profit business.
Yeah.
Where am I at right now? How can
Mhm.
I transition to making sure I get on track so I
Mhm.
can separate, my personal from my business, and
Yeah.
making sure I have that general liability insurance policy,
Mhm.
making sure I have a legal team. I don't have to hire them right away, but
Mhm.
maybe just getting information and knowledge about Legal Shield or having
Mhm.
an attorney on standby. How
Mhm.
much is that going to cost? And
Mhm.
definitely the budget billing.
Yeah.
But the main takeaway for me is just that don't give up.
Yeah.
You're gonna have some setbacks. It's gonna be difficult, but
Mhm.
if you have that passion for your business and what you do, and you look at it as a service to others,
Yeah.
everything is going to fall in place.
Yeah. I
And you're
love
gonna
that.
quit.
Right.
You're
All
gonna
the
fire
time.
yourself,
All the
but
time.
just remember to come back tomorrow.
Yeah. No, most definitely. Yeah. And business has that. It's got its ebbs and flows. It has
Yeah.
its moments where you're like, what was I thinking? But
Mhm.
then you have those good days and it fuels you and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, I got this. But I think being able to have what you have is okay, now it makes sense.
Yeah.
Now I'm not out here just free for all in it.
Yeah. I ain't winging it.
Right now, what I need makes sense, and it's
Mhm.
not as it's more attainable than I thought.
Yep.
And I think a lot of times people get intimidated by getting a business bank account.
Mhm.
I'm working with a gentleman. He's like 24, and
Mhm.
he is created his clothing line, and he's just been doing business. And I'm
Yeah.
like, we gotta let's we gotta have a meeting. We gotta get you set up with a
Right.
business bank account
Yeah.
because in order for you to, and I think one's miss the key point as if you ever want to grow,
Yeah.
you can't grow doing business the way used to do
Right.
business or the way you started it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have those key things. Because if
Yep.
you ever want to go get funding,
Yes.
that's
That's
the first thing they're going to look at is your profit and loss.
yes. And then a lot of people, for me, I think the intimidating thing was, oh my goodness, I don't have any business credit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, how do I get funding?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't realize that as you're going into being an entrepreneur, your personal life got to be on track too.
It's
And
simultaneously.
yes, and
Mm-hmm.
that, and the generation that I grew up in, with my mom's generation, financial literacy and financial wealth wasn't really taught to
Yep,
me.
not at
So
all.
that's one of the things though too, is being an entrepreneur, I'm being able to break that generational curse.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't taught to me is not an excuse anymore. So
Mm-hmm.
now I need to learn it, understand it,
Yep.
and teach it to my kiddos.
Yep, they say once you learn better, once you know better, you got to do better. Absolutely.
That's right. And so now that I'm learning about financial literacy on my business side, well, how does that affect me personally?
Mm-hmm.
What do I need to get in order in my personal affairs to make sure that I'm ready for that funding? Even if you aren't ready, there's things out there that Martindale also brought in, people like Bankable and BOIs and things of that nature. We had the SBA come in and talk to us about business loans. And the great thing about the SBA and those BOIs and Bankable, regardless of what your personal guarantee or personal things look like, they're still willing to help you and render that funding to you and help you make your business sustainable, and also making sure you pay that back, which will be able to help you on the flip side of building that business credit, so you can report it to the Duns and Brad and get their whole thing set up where now it's like, okay, now I can take that personal guarantee off of me and use my business because I've created this, I got this loan, I've paid it back successfully. And then again, the simple fact that they work with you during that loan period in every aspect of your business is amazing.
Yeah, it is. So, I'm with Bankable too. Okay. So here they have a cohort here also at P30, but they had Bankable come in and did an event, and it created where now they gave loans and was helping people. And so it's a great system, and I'm thinking like, everybody needs to do this. That should be standard. When you get a business, that should already be in the package that they're going to work and they're going to help you build that credit.
I haven't requested any funding just yet, so I'm on the verge. And then writing grants and things of that nature was something that you can do too. And it's not just your typical grant writing for, requesting just simple funding. Oh no, when it comes to a business, you got to be able to produce a P&L, your profit and loss statement. So I learned a lot about that. And then making projections.
Yes, that's hard to do.
You know how many times I try to make a projection for the next year based on these prices, and then just the different resources that Martindale gave us. Like you would think, oh, you go to the library, but in the bottom of the library, it's a whole another section, and you need to set up a meeting with, I think his name is either Jim or somebody.
Oh, wow.
Set up a meeting with Jim, and Jim will get you together about your market analysis, doing the research, looking at your inflation and all of that.
You said they have that at the library?
At the library.
Okay, did y'all hear that?
I ain't been there yet.
Okay, we can go together. I love that. And see, that's another thing. Like, there's so many hidden gems and hidden things that you can do that people just don't talk about.
Yeah, and but yeah, definitely understanding your market will definitely help you be able to scale up, making sure that you're pricing everything correctly so you can stay competitive, affordable. So if you do pay yourself or you pay your employees, you're paying them a livable wage that's above the minimum wage of $7.25.
Absolutely. Like, what are y'all even? That's crazy.
I can't even go to McDonald's on $7.25.
Right.
Take all my taxes out.
I was at Menards today. Sorry, side point. I was at Menards today, and there's these granola bars that I like to get, and you probably know they're Sunbelt or something. And so they used to be at Speedway for like 50 cents.
They probably like $5 now.
I went to Speedway one time and one of them was $2.89. I said, "Oh no, you can keep that." I was at Menards today and I got a 15-pack for $3.29.
See, that's that.
I said, "Boy, that inflation is up.
It's out there." But yeah, most definitely. But yes, Martindale is a good cohort. I also completed the Indiana Black Expo Black Business Training Institute cohort too.
Nice.
So that was amazing. Got a lot of information from there too. Sometimes the cohorts repeat the same information, but look at it as a networking opportunity. I've met so many amazing business owners and entrepreneurs in both cohorts. Like I feel like we're connected forever.
No, absolutely.
And not just connected through business, but through personal too,
Yep.
because a lot of times we would share things in those groups that,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be like, oh my God,
No.
but that's what makes your business have some validity to it, makes it personal,
Yep.
makes you a down to earth business owner or entrepreneur or in the market for the right reason. People see who you really are.
Yeah.
And when they get to know who you are, they are more likely to say, hey, I want her to render my services for me, or hey, I want to connect with her and her business because she understands me, she relates to me, she knows where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
So overall, that's how I want to be looked at as an entrepreneur out here in the Indianapolis and surrounding area is somebody who's down to earth and personable.
Yeah.
And that's willing to go the extra mile to make sure that the service you get is the best service that I can render.
Yeah, I love that. And that's one of the things that I love about doing my podcast, because it allows people to see that side that you don't normally see when you're conducting business, because it's kind of transactional. But people need to really see the behind the scenes person.
Yeah.
And the challenges that we face, because I know you've had some challenges.
Yeah.
Can you mention maybe one in particular?
So one of the challenges that I'm have right now is I was in a car accident a couple weeks ago. So I've been without a car. So it's kind of hard for me to get to the clients that I have right now. But the relationships that I built with those clients, when I reached out to them and let them know what was going on, needed time to heal and to kind of get back on track. And my first client that I had, the gym owner, he basically was like, you know what, take your time. You my girl. He even calls and checks on me, texts me to check on me. And the other client that I picked up is right next door to him, so it was a referral.
Nice.
And so those business owners, she calls, she checks on me. I said, hey, I know you need your building cleaned. Reach out to another cleaning business. If you haven't found anybody, I have some people. I just want to make sure that you still get your building clean because you have a business to run, just like I do. So those are some of the challenges that I face now too sometimes. And then just making sure I have the right equipment for the job. And again, that's a part going back to understanding my market.
Yeah.
As being a startup business, kind of sort of say, getting that funding available to get that equipment and to get those quality products that I need to make sure that I get the job done right.
And I love that. And I commend you again, because that could have been the close of your business. Some people would have looked at it as like, no, but and you talked about the relationships. And relationships are so important when you're building a business, because people now, they're buying you.
Yes.
And they're supporting you and your vision and your passion. And it just plays into, that's how you get loyal clients.
That's how you get that loyal clients, people coming back, those word of mouth referrals. And that's the best feeling in the world, is when you get the word of mouth referral. Like, yeah, such and such told me about you. Come clean.
They
somebody
did
said something about me. Little old me.
I know, right?
You playing.
Right, no, for real.
It feels so good
it does.
when somebody speaks about you on a positive level about something that you're doing in the community, whether you, and it feels amazing.
It does.
Like, you talking about me?
I know. People all the time like, oh, you have a podcast. Oh, yeah, I know you. I'm like, you do? Oh, my God. People talk about me like, what?
Because feel like a little star.
I know, because when we're in it, we just love what we do, and so that's what we focus on. And so we don't have time to notice, to pay attention to other people. Yeah, but that's where that genuineness comes in, and people notice it. And I always tell people, when people watch you, regardless of what you think, like they are, So just allow that genuineness that's in you to play out, and you'll never be without work.
Yep. That is so true. I agree with that.
Yeah. So what has been an aha moment for you in business? Or what's that?
I think I don't know, aha moments. I have quite a few of those.
Yeah.
I think just sitting down and really working on my business, meeting with myself. It's like, oh, that makes sense. Like, aha. That's why these 2 and 2 go together.
Yeah.
I think my aha moments came when the questions come of, why are you in business?
Yeah.
What's your mission? What's your vision? What's your values? Where you want to see yourself? And I'll be like, well, my mission is this, to be the leading top cleaning service in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
My vision is to be the most sought after cleaning business in Indianapolis and surrounding areas. And where I see myself in the next, 5 to 10 years, I want to be able to franchise. I want to be able to have a nice, huge company
Love that.
that can render services throughout the city, Kokomo, South Bend,
Yeah.
all 92
I
counties.
love
That's
that.
what, I see myself doing in the next, 5 to 10
Yeah.
years.
You know what you should do? You should put a map up with all 92 counties.
There you
And
go.
each time you get a person in that county, you put a little so that you be
Sorry.
like, oh
Hey,
shit, like,
that's my little business vision board, my
yes.
my growth board.
You already have that?
Nope, I
Oh,
don't. So that's a good idea. I
good.
think I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
do
think that would be cool to
that.
see, like, oh snap, I done just added
I done
another
got somebody
county.
over in Noblesville.
Right,
All
right.
right, come on, Hamilton and Hancock County.
Exactly, exactly. What have you learned about yourself during business? Because I know we have to tap into some things
Oh yeah.
that we either didn't know was there, we may not have liked what we saw, So what are
Mhm.
some things that you've learned about
I
yourself?
think overall in my business and just personal growth that I've been through and the situation I've been through this year is that I never knew I had so much resilience.
Mm.
Like it's been times I really wanted to give up, but
Mhm.
then I've got encouragement from other people, other business owners. Like you can't give up because if I can't give up, you can't give up.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
resilience to bounce back, to be more optimistic,
Yeah.
about situations getting better. But I definitely didn't know that I had so much power with my words when I spoke them positively over myself.
Mm.
How much things can change just within a day, not even a day, just hours.
Yeah.
And just making sure I keep God 1st in front of my personal life and in front of my business.
Yeah.
Putting him first, everything else will fall into place. No matter the setback, it's always going to be a setback for the comeback. So definitely just keeping him first and just my resiliency. I didn't know I had that much resilience to be like, oh, it's another stumbling block, but I got the resiliency to get over it, around it, through it, figure out how to do it. As long as I'm connected to God, I'm good to go.
I was talking with one of my business partners earlier. I said, man, my pivot game is on point right now
I think
because
that was an aha moment for me too. In business, you gotta be able to pivot.
woo, honey
When this
child.
goes this way, you gotta go that
Like
way.
real,
honey.
you gotta be like
on it.
exactly.
You gotta be like, what? This person canceled? Okay, no problem.
All right.
We're gonna make it up with this.
Exactly.
We're
No,
gonna move this to here,
right.
this to here.
Yeah, no, for real. And you're like, wow, I didn't realize I had that in me.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love that. So, in closing, where can they find you at and follow you?
You can follow me on Facebook for right now. Gifted Hands Cleaning Services LLC. And you can follow me on my personal page too. It's just my name, Alicia Smith. I kind of put the two and two together sometimes.
Yeah.
You can always reach out to me at Gifted Hands Cleaning LLC at gmail.com.
Nice, nice. And any encouragement, any entrepreneurs out there?
Keep doing what you're doing. Your service is needed,
Mm.
and your niche is who you are because you have something that is unique and different from any other business in your market. So keep doing you. There's plenty of business out there for everyone.
Yeah, I love that. And I tell people, when you think of competition, they're not you.
Mm-hmm.
They don't bring the same value that you bring. They could have the exact same business, but someone's not going to connect to them like they connect to you. Yeah. And that's how important their story is. So I love that. Thank you for being on.
No, thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Yes, I love it.
It's my first podcast, everybody.
Yay! You did amazing.
Well, thank
just
you.
like I tell people, it's just not what you think it is. And afterwards, they're like, yeah.
This was easy. This was fun.
Easy. Right.
I'll do it again.
Because I love it to be conversational, and I love things to just come out naturally and organically the way they do. So thank you. And definitely check out Martindale's cohort. I'm sure they're going to be doing another one and any of the other ones around the city because, like she said, it's very important to get those fundamentals and foundations of your business in order for you to really be sustainable long term. I also do business coaching and consulting, so please reach out to me. And if I can't do it, I definitely will direct you. I've created a network of people around me that can really help you to take your business to the next level. And always remember, you need any legal assistance, please let me know because that's a component that a lot of businesses don't have. It's very important for you to have that. So with that, I'm Melissa, and we are out. See ya.